make sure that we don't do something stupid during these couple of years. And I do believe that we will emerge as a stronger state if we do some of the right things. But they're hard choices. And each one of the choices affects constituencies that end up coming out and saying the sky's falling if you make this change, and we know the sky will not fall. Stimulus. Let me talk about that briefly. Some people actually, somebody told me that he was actually going to bring a shovel to the meeting this morning just to show that he really was shovel ready in terms of these projects. We're getting about $500 million of federal stimulus money. Most of it will come with strings attached. Most of it will come with formulas. Most of it will come and be sent through existing programs that we have or departments that we have. I can talk about just a couple of them very briefly. We're getting about $130 million for transportation, allowing us to accelerate roads and bridges projects, which are in the 10-year plan. We're getting money for paving, and we're going to be able to, over the next 2 years, repave about 1,000 miles of roads here in New Hampshire, which is terrific. It's more than what we had planned, about double what we had planned in 2010. We're getting, there will be money available from what we call secondary stimulus offerings, and that's money that will be available from those states which are not able to use all of their stimulus money for transportation. And there will be states who aren't able to use it all because they're not ready. I can say New Hampshire, we are as prepared, if not further along, than most of the other states. And I know that from talking to my fellow governors. So under the secondary plan, we would be able to entertain, for example, the Conway bypass, and I think that's about $60 million, the southern part of the bypass, which I think was started in Ray Burton's first term. back in the 70s. But if we are, I do know that if we are able to apply stimulus dollars to that, we still have to have a consensus of what that is that we want to do, because I know from previous meetings, there hasn't been a full consensus as to what we need to do with that southern portion, other than we got to do it. $23 million for weatherization. Now, these weatherization will be able to weatherize thousands of homes, and again, create jobs, provide jobs, retain jobs. These are good jobs for tradespeople, good jobs for carpenters and plumbers and electricians that will allow them to then earn money and spend the money in local stores and restaurants. So I think the money will be spent for the purpose for which it's intended, which is to avoid further cuts for vulnerable citizens, particularly with respect to Medicaid, as well as to create jobs. As I said, I do believe that if we can work together, if we get through the next couple of years, we will emerge as even a stronger state. As you all know, and you live in a beautiful part of New Hampshire, we are a great state. We have so much going for us. For the 5th year in a row, we were acknowledged as the most livable state in the country. We were recently acknowledged as the safest state in the country. We're the most educated. We are one of the wealthiest. We have low rate of uninsured children. We have so much going for us that if we just can work together to get through the next couple of years, as I said, I'm convinced that we'll emerge even stronger than we are today, which is already a very strong state. So thank you very much for allowing me to come here this morning. Thank you.